Hello, it's Friday, January 31st, 2025, and we've got some work to do. Yesterday I was running some errands, and the indicator light came on the dashboard saying that the engine coolant level was low. I popped the hood, and this thing was down to the bottom, and coolant was just running out the bottom of the engine. So something failed. It's also time for an oil change. And I've been dealing with the rough idle during cold start problem for a while, which is probably carbon buildup on the intake ports. So in all likelihood, we got plenty of work to do here. We also got a shift lever that's the detent is broken in that. So, you know what? This thing's a 2013 and really haven't done much to it since I've owned it. So it's about time to do some repairs. Oh, also, when I got in it, the stupid, it looked like wheel speed sensor problems again. Had a bunch of indicator lights for traction control and airbag and all that stuff. But I reset the tire pressure sensor, the tire pressure setting on the dash. It took like 2 times, and sometimes it does. And so that error went away, but I still have a indicator light, something about the airbag. And I know these things have a problem with the clock spring behind the steering wheel. So we may have to change that too. So yeah, we got a month's worth of work on this at the pace that I'm going to go. So we got it up here on my ramps, got the park and brake set. I should probably put my wheel chocks back there too, just for safety. And we're going to start taking this thing apart. I'm going to start with the belly pan down there and see if I can see where it's leaking from. That it's like not the heater core or something too. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe getting a jump and buying a bunch of parts up in advance so we have them when we need them, but I'm not in a rush since this is not a daily driver anymore. Still got Barbara's Tiguan over there. So, yeah, we're just going to take our time with this thing. All right, so we're just getting started here. Taking off the belly pan, and we're just completely wet on the passenger side here. A little bit right there. I wonder if it's not radiator hose, man. All right, so got a stream of liquid going that way. And there's a droplet of water right there on that radiator hose. Well, I got the air box out, and look at this, man. The linkage is missing a grommet or something. Maybe that's the only thing wrong with my shifter. That would be great news, because I thought I needed to change out the whole shift lever. All right, that looks like a simple, easy fix. This little piece right here, probably. Yeah, I like good news. And we're making pretty good progress here. I'm going nice and slow. So far, everything is kind of like it only goes in one place kind of a deal. I got an oil leak on the front of the engine, the passenger side here. It might be this cam seal, because this is wet here. And if you look at this pan here, you can see it's been leaking for a while. That liquid in there is coolant, but all the pasty stuff is motor oil with dirt. So yeah, and there's a little bit of oil leak on the back. I pulled the spark plugs coils out. They're dry on the inside. I thought we might have had a leak there. I mean, we got a tiny bit of oil right there. I'm not sure what's going on here. I really don't want to take this valve cover off. That's a little bit more significant of a job to do. But let's keep peeling the parts off of here, and I think I got to take this off next. You know, this is a 2013, so what is that? 12-year-old. I wonder if it's time to replace all these hoses. Wow, that was tough, man. That was really tough. I didn't underestimate the difficulty of this job. Still haven't found exactly what's leaking. There's a bunch of water wetness down there and around the pump here. I think I want to replace freaking everything here, and including the injectors. You know, the intake ports are cleaner than I expected. You know, there's some, I mean, that one right there is pretty clean. I mean, they really are pretty clean. Just a little bit of, that one there is pretty dirty on the right side. This is the dirtiest one. Yeah, there's some crud hanging there. Well, this one here was what was holding me up. That was something that you couldn't get to until you pulled the manifold off, but it was in the way to get the manifold off. And these two screws here, this one and this one, were pretty tough. I had to use a wobbly extension. I guess I didn't have to unplug that one. Would like all this out of the way. So the little nipple that goes between the oil cooler and the pump seems dry. So I guess it's just the water pump itself that failed. Yeah, right there. Okay. Alright. I think I would like to buy this plastic pipe. All this stuff down here that you can't get to unless you pull the manifold off. I think I would like to replace all of it. All 4 injectors, this sensor, I guess that's a temperature sensor, water pump. What else is down here? I guess these pipes, I guess if you had to, you can get to those, but the upper radiator hose I think I would replace that one. Maybe that other hose that's right there, because I don't want to go through this again. Okay, so I don't have to remember how this goes. This little metal washer goes with the flange towards the cylinder head, and this little plastic thing held it in place. These are broken. There's supposed to be 3 little of these little tangs right here that holds that metal washer in place. They're just cooked from the heat, I guess. This one, I was able to pull it out and it was intact, and just by touching it, that little piece broke off. I don't know where it went. 2 of the injectors came out with the intake manifold. They were stuck on these O-rings here. And I guess this white thing here, I've never done this before. This white thing must be the seal for the cylinder head, because I don't see any other seals down there. Yeah, there's my oil leak. I don't know what that's involved. It's all soaking wet down there with oil. And there's the failure point right there. Man, what a job. All right, I need to put my list of parts together. Like, you know, this for example. Doesn't make any sense to put this thing back on. You know, it's gonna run the cost up for this job, but I want to replace all of this right here. Hey, it's Saturday, February 1st, and I haven't been doing much because I'm chilling, but I got these 3 ports cleaned. Let me see if I can get a little light in there. It's almost perfect. I don't know if I can. There you go. First one I couldn't do because the valves are open. I tried a little brake clean, and that didn't really do anything. And then I thought let's give, whoa, sorry about that. And then I tried lacquer thinner, and lacquer thinner really did a good job. Right now, all of the gummy stuff, the lacquer thinner cut right through it really well. Now the only thing that's left is some hard crusty film on there, which I think is not that critical, but I'm going to try to get it off. That one's still gunky there. This very first valve on the right I got shiny clean, all with lacquer thinner and a little bristle brush. I'm using nylon bristle brushes, so I don't have to worry about if a bristle gets liberated harming the engine. And these are the paper towels I've been using. They're coming out pretty clean now, but in the beginning they were coming out really black. And I'm leaving all these in this can. And also I got these. I'm gonna leave those out here overnight so that it'll evaporate all the fumes and I won't get the stink in the house. But I think, you know, tonight I'm gonna put some PB Blaster down in these holes and see if that chemical will do a better job of softening up that crusty stuff. And tomorrow I'll finish this. Hey, it's Sunday, February 2nd. and we're still busy at it. Did a parts run today, or supply run, I guess, and I got a couple different carbon choke cleaners. They don't seem to be very different at all from lacquer thinner. These are just about as perfect as you can get, these three, and now I'm on this one here. I had to rotate the engine to get those valves to close, and I think the gum out may be a little bit more effective than the Super Tech, and maybe they're a little bit more effective than lacquer thinner, but I really can't tell, to be honest. So what I'm doing here is just continually, you can see there's a bunch of liquid in there right now. Well, I guess you can see. So I just poured it in there, let it soak, scrub it with that little brush, and then the liquid goes from clear to black, and I poke a paper towel in there and suck it up and repeat about 100 times. So I've been stuffing my dirty towels in this cup today, and yesterday, where did that other cup thing go? Oh, it's over here. So that's packed full. There's probably 50 or 80 pieces of paper towel I've used so far. And and this has been soaking for a while. I'm using two different brushes. This is just the standard typewriter brush or acid brush, and I put it in there and kind of twirl it around, poke. And I've got another one. It's the same thing, but if you trim the bristles short, it's much stiffer. And I've been doing the same thing, just twirling it around. And then got to be careful because this stuff will take your paint off. Lacquer thinner will anyway. I think the gum out's the same stuff. And you just take your paper towel and jam it in there. All right. Last night I sprayed PB Blaster, because that's got pretty good solvent in it. And yeah, you see that one? It's coming clean. And that one too. So the PB Blaster is just a different solvent, right? So just trying different things. What's nice about the lacquer thinner is, you know, you get a whole gallon of it, and you can just fill the port up, and you get so much for your money. I mean, it's still 20-something bucks a gallon, but that's a lot cheaper than, you know, how much is this? I got to figure that out. 14 ounces, and that was, I think, $7 at Walmart. So, you know, lacquer thinner, I think, is the way to go. Maybe what I'm doing here, using lacquer thinner. I mean, the lacquer thinner would actually just really attack the soft, gooey stuff, no problem. But there's this baked on level. It's like a crust that you got to scratch it off. And maybe the gum out does better at that. So that's the approach I'm taking right now. So I'm going to stop recording, use one hand to hold this paper towel up, and then blow out with air. All right, so you can see the crusty layer on there, and there's some like nicks in it where I did get in there and scratch it with a pick a little bit. And you can see these are down the shiny metal. So now we start scraping, you know, using a little screwdriver, a little pick tool. This little guy's been working pretty good for me because I can kind of get around the valve with that bend. I've got another one of these that's a 90, and it's actually not as useful. I'll show you what that is. This guy here just kind of doesn't fit in there. And then I've got just a straight one and you know, just lightly scratch back and forth on it. Rinse and repeat, literally.